guys, it's Jay and I'm here today for another foundation review. If you haven't seen my previous one, it was the YSL Touche Eclat Le Temps, and that will be in the description bar. And so today I'll be reviewing the Mercier Smooth Finish Flawless Fluid. It looks like this. It's just in a very plastic packaging with a nozzle like that. And I got this at Sephora. I'll put the price somewhere here later, and this is the box for it. I had a sample of this before I actually purchased it this time, and I actually really liked it. So I have an idea of what the foundation is like. It's very liquidy and it looks really natural. For those who know my skin already, I have acne prone skin. I also have combination oily skin, and I've been getting random dry patches because of my dermatologist recommended skin medicine. So we'll be able to see how this foundation works. Coming up will be an application video where you'll be able to see kind of how it applies on my scars, my acne. Here they say to shake the bottle really well, and I'm going to start by dotting the foundation and patting it in with my hand on this side. And you'll be able to see that when I start to blend it in, that it gives a really natural finish to the skin. Notice with my fingers alone that it doesn't seem to be covering the pimple, but it really evened my skin tone out really nicely. On the other side, I'm going to use my e.l.f. powder brush and just buff that in. And here I don't really have any hyperpigmentation, so as you can see, it made my skin look absolutely beautiful and evened out everything and just looks great with one coverage. And I'm going back in here with my brush just to cover certain spots where I have more hyperpigmentation, in an attempt to cover them up instead of using concealer. Hi guys, so now this is done with the rest of my makeup, and as you can see, the foundation looks really natural. I'm actually here with Lena today, and she told me that it looked really good. It was better than the YSL one, that's for sure, which is good. And it just looks, especially with the side where I don't really have any acne on this side, if you can see, it's really natural looking. This is the side I used with a brush, and I find that the brush just kind of has more of an even distribution of the product, and I can build a bit better. It feels really light to the touch. It feels like I'm not wearing anything at all, and it has actually medium coverage on first application. This side with more acne, I actually had to do 2 coats on it, and even then, that little pimple right here isn't really covered, and I'm just not going to apply any concealer on it so we can see how it folds up through the day. So right now, what time is it? Right now it is currently 1:55, so we will be checking up throughout the day. See you in a bit. And it is 4:08, so it's been 2 hours since when I applied it, and let's take a look at how it's doing. I already kind of looked in the mirror, took a peek, and if you guys can tell, if it's gonna focus, the area around my nose has started to get a bit shiny, so I may need to blot and just touch up that. But overall, everything else looks great. The pimple is still relatively covered, and everything else has not budged. See you in a couple more hours. Hi guys, so I'm in for my the next checkup, and it is 7 o'clock basically, and it's been 3 hours since my last checkup, and I must say that I did have to blot once after 4 hours, and then I had to also just apply a little powder on top just to finish it. But after that, I've looked in the mirror, and basically my skin looks really good. It feels like natural skin. It feels light. I don't feel like I'm wearing foundation. It doesn't feel tacky or anything. One thing is though, is that the foundation around my nose areas around here, I can see that it's getting patchy and that some of it is gone, either from when I was blotting or just because it's kind of dissolved from that area. Tends to be a bit more oily for me. My forehead though, where I do also get oily, and my chin are fine. So it actually may just be from my blotting where I remove some of the product. So we'll check up again in a couple more hours. Hi guys, so I'm in for my final checkup, and it's currently 10 o'clock, if you can see. So I think my application was around 1 p.m, so it's been a good 9 hours with this foundation on. It's been a long day, and it's been a really warm day actually for this time of the year. So I actually did check up on makeup, and as you guys can see, if it's gonna focus, my pimple here, like my acne scarring here and on my chin and my cheek are pretty much covered. Just as one pimple is peeking through, but even then it's pretty much covered in terms of, you know, coloring wise. So I have to say that about 95% of the makeup is still there, or around 90%. Even my T-zone where I usually am oily, like my nose and my forehead, looks great. The only spots I see that are patchy now, not that I'm oily or anything, but I think maybe when I blotted or when I was touching up or something, that it took off a bit of the makeup, which is around my nose area, like right here. And that's usually where I get the oiliest, so I'm not actually surprised. For the most part, it's still there. So the Laura Mercier bottle actually has a lot of claims that I failed to mention in the beginning, but I'll tell them now. So it's supposed to be a long wear, that's true, oil-free makeup that magically blurs imperfections for a smooth, seamless complexion. Lightweight, so yes, it's really extremely lightweight. Even now, I don't feel tacky, which is a great sign because I don't feel like I'm wearing makeup. It's color true. It offers buildable coverage with a natural matte finish. So I think that's really important that it's just a natural matte finish because it's definitely not dewy and it's not matte. So it's in between. Basically, it just looks really natural and skin-like, which is amazing for daily makeup. It also says that it is buildable coverage. So when you put on a first layer, it's very light medium coverage, medium on the lighter scale, but then when you put a little bit more, it blends really quickly to a full medium to even just a bit less than full coverage. So it's really buildable depending on how much coverage you want. So I would say that for a combination oily skin, it's a pretty amazing foundation. I've had to just blot, you know, after 4 hours, but after that I did not touch my face and I still look shine free. So if you have normal skin, it's gonna be perfect for you. And if you have a bit of dry skin, I think that this will work as well. I had a bit of dry patches around my chin from my acne meds and it didn't really cling to it. I mean, I could still see the skin, but it wasn't like obvious patches. So that's all I have to say about this foundation. I'm gonna keep it and I absolutely love it. I think that the only downside for me actually is the packaging. I didn't mention this in the beginning, but because the packaging is like a nozzle, like this, you actually lose a lot of product into the lid and it does spill out a lot. Like you can see it's pretty messy around the rim. So when I store this foundation, I like to store it upright like this so that the foundation doesn't, it's not like it's gonna spill out like that, but it does get really messy very quickly and you waste a lot of product. So that's all I have to say. If you guys have any questions, please leave it in the comment section and I'd be happy to answer them, or if you have any products you'd like me to review. So we'll see you guys next time. Thank you!